Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cellcast.
Shorts.
Joining me today is a man who, I don't know, just kind of feels a little bit like he has a song and a dance in his heart. Welcome, Jacob.
Why, thank you. I'd like to introduce our co-host, a man who once offered me a singing frog, and I told him no. Welcome, Drew.
How are you doing today, Jacob?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. With how the world is going right now with coronavirus, COVID-19. Things going pretty good. How about you?
I've been doing pretty good. Thankfully, I'm essential.
Yeah, same here.
So I get to continue going to work, but at the same time, we know that there might be a point in time where we might not be able to record and bring you a normal episode.
Yeah.
So we've decided this evening to record a bunch of short episodes based on the Looney Tunes shorts because we might be going a touch loony in our semi-quarantine.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're going loony in quarantine. We're guessing.
Yeah, true. We're here to entertain.
Pretty much. And today's episode is the last of the 3 classics that are in the National Film Registry. One Froggy Evening.
Yes.
Starring Michigan J. Frog in his only appearance until Warner Brothers decided to make their own television network and used him as the mascot.
Yes. I did not know that.
Yeah. You don't remember the WB when it first started, do you?
Vaguely.
I know you remember Kids WB.
Yeah, I remember Kids WB.
There was an adult version of Warner Brothers of WB that played afterwards. That played shows like Seventh Heaven.
That's right.
Stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And their mascot, like the Peacock or for NBC or the I for CBS, they decided to use Michigan J. Frog.
Okay.
Of all people, of all characters, that was in their thing. But it's still, I guess it is. It's not. It's a classic. A character they have rights to that is not quite, that's more serious, I guess, than Bugs Bunny.
Or just try to use a different character than Bugs Bunny.
Perhaps, but yeah. For those of you who have never heard of One Froggy Evening, this guy works for a demolition company for a building, opens up the cornerstone, and along with the dedication thing, he finds a frog who starts singing ragtime music. Mm-hmm. And decides he's going to make a quick buck. Unfortunately, he loses all his money in the process.
And goes insane, apparently.
Well, they think he's insane.
Yeah.
And it ends with showing that even in the year 2056, nothing really changes.
Nope.
So, despite the fact I just spoiled the entire thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
This one's a hard one not to talk about and not spoil it. Here's your spoiler warning. If you need to stop it. The following is a spoiler-filled review for the Looney Tunes short, One Froggy Evening. Listener discretion is advised. So here's the thing.
Dumb frog.
I mean, when it comes to frogs, I much prefer a certain one that's in love with a pig and hangs out with a bear and what's-its. But Michigan J. Frog, despite the fact he's not actually named that in this, he doesn't get his name, I think, until the Warner Brothers deal.
Wow.
I think. They probably called him that and it just was never publicized. I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. But I remember seeing this one and thinking this short, as a kid.
Yeah.
This was a really weird one.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, this is cool and all, but it's not, laughed out loud funny.
Yeah.
And I would even say that is true now. It's more of a cautionary tale, more of a parable, I guess, than really anything else. It's still a good, well-animated short. It's because obviously this one sticks with you, but I wouldn't say this is a funny one, to be honest.
No.
Outside of a couple of chuckles.
What do I say about this? It's not as well animated. It's not as well animated as I would suggest for a lot of the other Merry Melody shorts.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem to be very as well animated. There's a lot of very loose character design. And the poor guy can't catch a break. He finds a singing frog that he believes is going to make him a good solid buck. And the stupid frog would be like, yeah, he sings and dances, but when it's in front of other people, he goes silent. It just goes ribbit. So it's I don't know. Be like, I'm kind of torn with this one. Be like, yeah, it's a classic, but at the same time, it's just kind of meh or meh.
I mean, brr, brr.
Yeah, like you said.
Yeah. I think this is just kind of the oddball because I think it is one that sticks with you.
Yeah, it does.
But it's not. It's well animated, just in many ways. There are some things that, like you said, that don't quite hold up. In fact, it makes me think this might be one of the, and I don't know this for certain because I can't find it listed anywhere, but I think this one might have been produced under the Looney Tunes name, which generally was the lower budgeted ones, while Merry Melodies was the big ones. And generally the ones that got popular, that were Looney Tunes, got bumped up to Merry Melodies status. So when they would re-release it, they'd put the Merry Melodies title card on there instead of the Looney Tunes one. I don't know if that's the case with this one because there were a couple like that.
Yeah.
But you're right that this one does seem to be a little bit lower budget than many other of the Merry Melodies ones. I remember this one as a kid. I remember
it too.
And I remember the character, and I remember how weird it was to see a frog singing "Hello, my honey, hello,
hello, my baby,
hello, my ragtime gal." The strangest thing is what sticks with me more than the frog singing this is when they reuse it in the movie Spaceballs for the alien that comes out of John Hurt's chest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They literally got John Hurt to come back for that from his appearance in Alien.
Uh-huh.
And when the chest burster comes out, he looks at it and goes, "Not again." And then the chest burster comes out and puts on a little hat, and you can hear the audio from this, even the quick little audio thing before.
Yeah.
And he does the "Hello, my honey," does the song. And doing the Michigan J Frog, dance that you see in here.
Oh, wow.
And it's just, that's what I remember more than I actually remember this cartoon, even though I know I saw this cartoon 100 times as a kid. Yeah. Because I think this was on a VHS that was Papa recorded for us grandkids. Mm-hmm. But this is just that one weird one that, admittedly, I get what it's doing. I understand why it's famous. But this is not in my top 50.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. It's, but yeah, like there again, it's iconic because it has that, the singing frog. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's just more. It's definitely on a lower tier. Yeah. Definitely lower tier when it comes to ranking. I do like the idea because you brought it up when the guy's in the theater. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell this out." Yeah, nothing happens, and so he'd be like,
"Oh, the free admission,
nothing happens. Free beer."
Well, that's how you get him in there.
Yep. Also, some things never change.
Here's the thing: I know I saw this as a kid, but I don't remember the free beer. So I wonder if they changed it to something on the television.
That could have it could have been free pop.
Yeah, but free beer makes more sense.
Yeah, agreed.
As an adult, it makes more sense.
True.
This is just a weird one.
Agreed.
For my ranking, my score on this one, I'm going to give this a 7.
Okay.
It's a memorable one, and there's some nostalgia to it. And I actually like the what it's trying to teach. That's why I call it a parable. Is it's really talking about how you should be thankful for what you have and not try to if you try to get too much out of it. Yeah. Don't appreciate the gift you've actually been given. Yeah. It's going to come back and bite you in the butt. Yeah. And as we see at the end, after he gets rid of it by putting in another cornerstone. And 30 years later from today, I might add, somebody else pulls it out, and
the cycle continues.
It's like, we as humanity never learn, do we?
No, we don't. After watching it, it's kind of be like how greed corrupts and how greed destroys, and that's the kind of the lesson I kind of pull away from it. Yeah, is that he sees a very cheap, very easy way to gain a buck, and it winds up destroying his entire life. And so he winds up having to get rid of it in order to purge his life of this, in a way, a plague.
Yes, a frog.
A frog plague.
Not a frogs, a frog.
A frog. Do I enjoy it? Yes, but do I truly enjoy it? No. I'm definitely going to give it let's give it a 7.
Okay.
For the fact to be like, it is a timeless Looney Tunes short, and it is very memorable. But it's the first minute is really cool. Be like, it's really memorable, but the rest of it is just more.
I think that's the thing about this one is most people remember the dance at the beginning.
Yeah, the very first
initial
time you meet the frog.
The initial time you meet the frog, and the rest of it is like, and that just happens. Most people remember the dancing frog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a good solid 7.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to bring us to the end of another episode here. We'll see you on the next one.
All right, thanks, guys.